What's up, guys? Today we're doing another tier list for the new season Operation Deep Freeze, including Tubarao, but we're doing the attackers, so Tubarao's not going to be on this list. It'll be on the defending list. But yeah, this is for the new attackers and the new grenade changes, etc. So we're going to start with the new operators that are getting grenades. We're going to go through those. So we got Sens. So I put Sens at S tier in one of my operator guides, but I'm going to play Sens at A tier. The gun has been buffed quite a bit. You have 4 smoke canisters and you have frag grenades. Not bad. Lion is getting frag grenades. Think about it. You have a good gun as Lion, and if you drone somebody's Lion and you activate your ability, you can grenade them, swing in. Lion is going to be a really good entry. Lion's always been a pretty good operator, but I feel like Lion is going to be a really good entry coming up with Defreeze. Then you have Blackbeard grenades, but with as many operators that are getting grenades, I just still think that Blackbeard falls very, very short. Who else? We got IQ grenades. There is a slight commando nerf coming, but IQ 3 speed. I mean, Sens is also a 3 speed. I feel like Sens's gun is going to be better than the commando, though. But IQ 3 speed, her ability is pretty good, and she is going to have frag grenades. And then you have, I think this is a wild one, but you're gonna have OSA frag grenades, which is kind of interesting. I kind of like that, but I can't quite put OSA at the S tier because she's a 3 armor attacker. It just makes it, I kind of want to though. I'm gonna place OSA to the A tier. Just my gut on that. Sensei is wild. Next season, this is for Operation Deep Freeze. Yeah, Sens at A tier is a little weird because right now, this current season for, I'd play Sens at B or C tier, but for Deep Freeze, I'm placing Sens higher. In fact, in the solo queue operator guide I made, I placed Sens at S tier. The gun is actually pretty goddamn good. It's like the PDW. If you like Jackal's PDW or Osa's PDW, it's basically the same gun now. And then Sens is a 3 speed with frag grenades and free smoke, you got 4 smokes. If you don't even want to use the smokes, that's okay. Free ADS burn or free Will-My-Disc burn, and then you can just throw the grenades anyways. All right, now let's go through the rest of the attackers. Ace, easy S tier, hard breach, easy to go. Amaru, C tier, very situational. Couple situations that'll arise that'll Amaru will be really good, but not crazy good. Ash, I'm placing Ash to the S tier for this next season because Ash is one of the only direct counters to a direct Mira, other than like a hard breacher. You can just shoot an Ash breach right in the Mira and it'll destroy it. So, and 3 speed, stop destruction. And Ash makes it really easy to counter the Maestro cameras. Maestro's going to have 3 Maestro cameras now, which are going to be super annoying because grenades are hard to cook them now. So you can't really grenade the Maestros reliably. So you do have to rely on a little bit of Ash gameplay. So Ash is going to be basically a must pick to have every round. Blitz, I'm going to place Blitz at the not quite C tier, but I'm going to place Blitz at the B tier because I feel like Blitz has a very strong impact when played correctly, which is very, very annoying. Yeah, the nades are getting the cookie removed. Yeah, but I've played with the grenades quite a bit, and it's not as bad as people are making them out to be. Like, if you are not instantaneously running when the grenade is coming, the grenade is still going to blow up in your face. If you're reacting to the grenade showing up at you with the red indicator, you are not going to have time to run. It blows up pretty fast if it bounces off an object. The timer goes down by a lot the second it hits the first object. So if you bounce it on a wall, so like you bounce it on a wall to somebody, by the time it gets to that person, it basically blows up almost instantly. So they're not going to have much time to run. Brava, I'm placing Brava at A tier. I've been a massive Brava hater, but Brava is probably the only direct instant counter to Maestro in his onslaught that's coming up. 3 Maestro camps is going to be super goddamn annoying, but Brava instantly counters Maestro in its entirety. So without a Maestro on the board, I'd probably place Bravo lower, but because Maestro is going to be a beefy boy, I'm placing Bravo up to the A tier. Buck. Buck A tier. Because not quite S tier in my eyes, because there are so many options for the verticality in the game now that it's not you don't necessarily need to have a Buck every round. But Buck is really good as an entry, and you get the hard breach, the soft destruction. Buck is really good up. Ayana is the A tier, another really good entry, but in my opinion, she falls short to Ashe. But it's kind of like if you want to play Ashe, but someone else is playing Ashe, and you pick Ayana. But you know, still really good up, but definitely more entry firefight focused. Well, IQ is having frag grenades, so IQ is S tier now. The thing that was keeping her down this range was that she had no utility. And now she has utility that she can use. Capital, I'm going to place Capital more at the C tier with the Amaru. Can be really strong, but very specific take requirement. I don't know. Like, I might get some hate on that one, but that's just how I feel. Doke, easy S tier. Don't need to think about that. Any operator that has a global ability that affects everybody on the enemy team is going to be an easy S tier. Because it's super annoying and it forces everybody to have to react. Finka, easy S tier as well. Finka's gun is honestly kind of a laser beam. If you've used it recently, the first shot bumps up a lot, but once you have it full auto, it's kind of just a straight line. And the heal 60 health to anyone on your team anywhere. Faster ADS speed and grenades. Finka is the best entry in the game currently. Capital's not getting frag grenades. All right, next up, Flores. Flores, I'm putting at the A tier. Flores could potentially be a higher up, but Flores are really easy to counter, but you just destroy so much enemy utility, especially with the Maestro cams coming up. Like, anything that can destroy enemy utility is always going to be really good. But you're on your camera for a while, and you can't really defend yourself. Fuse. I'll play Fuse. I can't place Fuse with those two ops. I will place Fuse in front of Blackbeard at least. But actually, let's spread out the list a little bit more. I'll do that. There. Fuse can destroy a lot of enemy utility, but you're not really going to get cluster bomb kills. But it can destroy utility, but requires top down. Glass. I'm going to go with the C tier. Situational times that Glass can be really strong, but definitely not all the time. Gridlock, easy, at least S tier. Honestly, I want to place Gridlock A tier. Well, I kind of want to place Gridlock at the S tier, but the only thing that keeps her back in my eyes is that there's going to be a lot of operators with grenades now, and Gridlock is a 3 armor, so as an entry operator, you're just very slow. It kind of limits her a little bit. I think Sens is way lower. Sens has frag grenades, though. Sens has 6 throwables and a decent gun with 3 speed. So Grim, I just think Grim falls slightly short, but isn't like a terrible operator. I'll place Grim at the B tier because Grim is an okay entry, as well as like you have the hard breaches and you can clear with the Bs for takes. Ibana easy S tier, one of the best hard breaches in the game for a reason. Jackal A tier, not as good as at the roam clear as Dokkaebi, but still really good, especially paired with that PDW. All right, Callie, I'm placing Callie at the D tier next to Blackbeard. Now, this being said, D tier can be used and win rounds and be effective, but there's very few situations where those operators are going to really shine. So that's why it's D tier. C tier happens a little bit more often. Maverick, I'm placing Maverick at the B tier, especially with the new operator Tubarao. Maverick, in my eyes, would be like here, but With Tubarao, Maverick is going to be a little bit easier to shine because it's going to be easier to counter walls with the Mav on the board. But it requires a lot of precision and know-how on how to play Maverick. That's why Maverick's not just an easy S, because you can just open the wall on his own. This is more of a ranked playlist for people that are playing the game. So I'm a champion, and I know how good Maverick would be in a ranked situation. So I'm placing Maverick at the B tier. All right, let's do Monty. I'm placing Monty under Blitz because I think Blitz is a little bit more effective in most situations. Montagne is still really strong, but definitely not as strong as Blitz. Knock. I am placing the Knock at the C tier. Like, look at this realm in C tier I have right now. Very situational ops that can be really good and game changing, but like if you only made operators in C tier, you're probably not going to be winning very many games. To me, Blackbeard is low-key kind of worthless. Like, yeah. Nomad to me is... I want to place Nomad at the A tier. This is a tough one. I'm going to place Nomad at the A tier purely because Nomad does have potentially 6 throwables and a really good gun with 2 speed. I feel like Nomad's pretty good. All right, what else we got? We got Sledge. Sledge, I feel like Sledge, this might be controversial as hell, but I feel like Sledge has taken a low-key back seat lately compared to some of the other attackers. When you think Vert gameplay, you're not instantly thinking just Sledge. And you're not going to be able to grenade from underneath. So, yeah, you got soft destruction, but in a good gun, don't get me wrong, but 3 armor and soft destruction, but I feel like other operators shine more than Sledge. It's like, I love Sledge, but I've noticed throughout this last season that I've found myself not playing as much Sledge because other operators like Finka and Gridlock shine a little bit more right now. All right. Thatcher, I'm going to place... Oh, sorry. I'm going to place Thatcher at the easy S tier because no matter what you run into, you can just counter it. It's just kind of nice to be able to do that whenever you need to. Thermite, I'm placing Thermite at the... Yeah... I'll place Thermite at the A tier because in terms of Hard Breach, you are very vulnerable when using this Hard Breach. I like Thermite for the outside walls where you're completely safe, but when you have to Thermite something inside the building, Thermite is very, very hard to use effectively. When Ace and Hiban are very easy. Thermite is very exposed when using his ability. Which, with Brava being super strong against the Maestro now, I feel like Twitch is a little bit lower, but not super low. Twitch is still a pretty good operator for just burning enemy util. Definitely not useless. Ram works the vertical a lot easier than other operators. I will place the Ram at the A tier because when it comes to verticality, Ram can do it effortlessly when other operators have to put a little bit of effort into. Ram can just do it instantly and basically be safe the entire time while doing it. Makes her the perfect operator for verticality. And that's soft pressure. Soft pressure is when it feels like the walls are raining down around you. You feel like someone's going to swing you from your left door as well as your right door, and you just don't feel safe. So when you do get swung, you're not really paying attention. Soft pressure. When you play really good players, you're going to feel soft pressure from a lot of different angles before you actually end up getting swung. Yang, to me, is an easy S tier, Hard Breach, and basically just the best initiator in the game to like start the push. Zero to me is a solid B tier. Good gun. Swiss Army knife kit, you can basically deal with anything that you need to, but honestly, not the best at dealing with anything. So I'm gonna say sits very safely at B tier. Could potentially be A tier, but I just feel like the operators in A tier tend to shine a little bit more than Zero would. Zofia is one of the only operators that can reliably deal with the Maestro cams as well as Ash and Brava. So I feel like that does make Zofia slightly stronger at the A tier. Especially having 2 concussions for the, and her gun is not bad. But yeah, I feel like Zofia sits safely at A tier. Sled should be an S tier, in my opinion. He's the definition of Rainbow Six Siege. I just think that his ability has slowly gone down because of, let's say, RAM, because RAM exists. RAM makes the verticality so much better. And when we talk about vertical grenades with, like, playing Sledge going vertical grenades, that's not a thing anymore. This is Operation Deep Freeze. You can't cook with those grenades like that. Those Sledge's ability to stand out has kind of gone down a little bit. Is that it for attackers? That's it? All right. You guys have any strong opinions about who should move up or who should move down? Because let me know. This is an attacker tier list. Only attackers. Sophia's gun is hard to control. I'm not going to lie. But it does do a lot of damage. Callie over Glass. No. Glass has more use than Callie would ever does. Because Glass can, like, smoke pushes and whatnot. Callie is just a sniper. Buck should move down. Potentially, but Buck has a kind of a Swiss Army kit, and he's really good on the entry with his self-destruction. So, I like Buck's, initiator abilities. You think Jackal's B? I think Jackal's A tier because I'm placing Jackal at A tier because I'm assuming that Dokkaebi is going to be banned. Honestly, because Dokkaebi is way too damn strong. Dokkaebi is easily, just the most annoying operator in the game. So if Dokkaebi's banned, I think Jackal's A tier. If Dokkaebi's on the board, Jackal in my eyes is B tier. What about swap Sens and Finka? They're both 3-speed grenades. Swap Sens and Finka? Finka is the best operator on attack in the game currently. So I completely disagree. Other than Dokkaebi, obviously. So Finka is the best initiator in an entry in the game because you could win an entry and then heal. You can heal your entire team by 60 health. People underestimate that. Also, the heals boost your ADS speed. And Finka has grenades. And her gun's not bad. Most people won't ban Jackal. People will always ban Doke. And then after that, they'll probably ban Jackal because they don't know who else to ban. But I can tell you very safely that I'm banning Dokkaebi. And then after Dokkaebi, if I plan on playing Maestro, I'll ban Brava. If I don't plan on playing Maestro, then I'll leave Brava up. And maybe ban like a Ying or something. Alright, guys. That is the attack tier list. Make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, leave a like down below for more. Let me know who you guys would move up or down. Your opinion. Peace out until next time.